That's why we're here.
That's why you guys are here. Keep that cake. Go ahead, eat it, enjoy it. This is what we call the love story. A lot of you guys know Kelsey and Zac, but not a lot of you guys know the story about how they met. Ken gave us a great precursor to how they all met, how Philmont happened for them. But we're gonna go dive into their story, and this is Zac and Kelsey's love story. Their love story begins 2 years ago in August of 2012. While down in New Mexico at the Boy Scout camp of Philmont, Zac first noticed Kelsey in the laundromat. But Kelsey had no idea of the adoring eyes on her. Not a lot of women were at Philmont, let alone this beautiful woman. And Zac, in his own words, said to himself that day, "She will be mine." At the St. James Hotel, Zac made his first introduction and invited Kelsey to Moab for a week. Pretty bold for a guy. Interestingly enough, they never went. Zac was just a tease, but he knew one day Kelsey would be his. Months down the road, they reconnected on New Year's Eve at the Lift House Bar in Red River, a rundown old ski bum bar. That night, they danced the night away and made quite friendly. As the clock neared the midnight hour, Zac only had eyes for one person with whom to share his New Year's Eve kiss. The ball dropped, and much to Kelsey's surprise, they shared their first kiss ever. Isn't that romantic? Thank you. That's what I was looking for. After that moment, it was apparent that Zac and Kelsey had fallen hopelessly and helplessly in love. Sweet, sweet love. Colors seemed more vivid, birds would sing in unison, and small woodland animals would gather in pairs wherever they went. On January 21st, 2013, the title of boyfriend and girlfriend became official. Ooh. There you go. For the first date, Zac invited Kelsey to go skiing all day in Red River in New Mexico. Even though she was terrible, Zac still insisted on continuing to ski with her. Now that is true love. Our two lovebirds grew closer and closer, soon realizing this starry-eyed gaze at a laundromat had turned into something more permanent, lasting through winter and possibly into a lifetime. And Zac will still do the laundry. As the months still progressed, Zac knew it was time to lock down the one most true thing in his life. He wanted to propose to Kelsey and needed a plan. He was living in the middle of nowhere. Where does one get a diamond ring in the middle of nowhere? Guess what? Mom. Big shout out to Mom. His mother, Sandy, was able to procure a diamond ring. Thank you, Mom. On Friday in August of 2012, Zac planned to hike into the woods after working at Philmont. Zac said they were on a quest to the woods looking for Indian artifacts. Of course, there was a myth about these Indian artifacts, and so they had to go find them. Till this day, Kelsey doesn't know if that was true or not. It was true. Okay. But they never found them. After a treacherous hike through steep terrain, they made it to a creek where they stood on a rock in the middle of a pool of water, surrounded by the beauty of the flowers, trees, and the cliffs. At that moment, Zac pulled out a ring and asked Kelsey to be his wife. Kelsey looked at him and said, "Yes." Yes, very good. Just making sure. I bet you were wondering the answer to that question. That night, they celebrated with their friends at the St. James Hotel, the only bar in town. The adventures they have had together this past year are only the beginning of the adventures ahead of them. Today, we celebrate their love and commitment to each other. Kelsey gives this tribute to Zac. In her own words, she says this: "I will never forget the day you asked me to be your girlfriend. Being here with you today is reinforcing those answers I gave you on January 21st, 2013. I'm ready to be your best friend for the rest of your life. I'm ready to always be your number one in your life and yours and mine. I will never stop from now to forever making fun of you." Just remember, that was your request, not mine. Although our time together has been short, the adventures we have been on and memories we have made are like none other to me. You are my world, the love of my life, my better half, my partner in this journey. You're number one. I love you. This is Zac's tribute to Kelsey in his own words. Kelsey, you are a better person than what was in my greatest dreams, and nothing feels more natural than marrying you and spending the rest of my life with you. Our wedding vows covered the heavy stuff, sickness and health and all that. So here, I promise you, I'll always make you laugh and smile whenever we're together. I'll always hang out with you and even do girly things with you if none of your girlfriends are around. I will always dress like a weirdo and do my best to embarrass you in public situations. Most of all, I will always love you more than I did the day before. We now invite Zac and Kelsey to the dance floor for their first dance as husband and wife to Ray LaMontagne's You Are the Best Thing.